there enough of the enough of the touch pads to go around? Do we need more touch pads? Keypads? That there. Okay. All right. First, okay. Let me kind of go through what I passed out here. First thing I passed out. Oh. Right there. 20.1 note. Right there. There's a touchpad that I passed out right there. That looks like this right here. Across the top, there's 8 connectors right there. Right there. There. And then you'll see S1, S2, like this S3, S4, all the way down to S16 right here. Now, if we look at the back of this, what you will see is that rows 5, 6, 7, 8 right here. These right here are my 4 column connectors right there. This one goes to, and as we look at our keypad, you guys are late. Right there. This is row 4, column 4, column 3, column 4, column 2, column 1. This connector right here goes to column 4, column 3, column 2, column 1, right there. Our rows are as follows right there. And let me check real quick. Right here, I did not check this out here, but this will only take me a minute to check. Right here. Black, red, oh. Okay. These here go to row 1, row 2, row 3, and row 4. So they're right in order right there. So they're right in order. As you look at the 8 wires across the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are across the top of this little keypad right here. That's there. That's what these jumpers here are for. And on lab days, don't come late, please. That's there. I will start locking the door here in about 2 minutes. That's there. So each lab group should have 8 of these connectors. Those who are late, come get them after I'm done talking. All right? Those will go onto these connectors right here, right there. So as you connect onto these here, you will see that you can connect right to that there. Now, I posted up on Facebook before class. It should be up on Facebook. right there. If I enter the right one, I got OK. Microcontrollers. There should be, and where is it? Starting point. Here's the file. Right here. I'm not going to go through the file, but let me just hit preview here. We can look at it. Right here. You'll want to download this file and put it into a directory where you know where it's at. But this here shows the connections for R1 through R4, and they all go to P1 in this particular file. Now P1 is also shared with the LEDs, so those LEDs will light up and on, turn on and off. Don't worry about that. That's there, because they're shared. But you know, we could change it to port 0. Where's my board? Here's my board. Let me look at my board real quick. This board, actually, why don't you just move them to port 0? Now, port 0 is also shared, though, with the potentiometer, though. But if you tie that all the way to full, you could use port 0. There's ground. Give me a second here. Oh. Yeah, you just move it to port 0. Right there. The only thing is you may find that there might be a bug with the and I'll look at it. You may have to turn the potentiometer one way or the other. I'll figure out which direction it has to be turned, because this is on port 0.2 right there. Right there. So that's on. But I'll figure out which way to turn the potentiometer. So when you download this file, change this to port 0, or you can leave it at port 1. If you leave it at port 1, it's fine. The LEDs will just turn on, because you just don't push the push button on here. So you can put it on port 0. Now the connectors for the Silicon Labs, here it is, right here. Right here. If you look at this connector right here, this shows the connectors. Oh, this is the wrong tool stick. That's the 330. Excuse me. We got to get the right tool stick here. This is the tool stick we've got right here. Okay. But you'll see where the connectors go. So port 1.4 is right here. Port 1.3 is right here. So you want to connect between here and here on the bottom of this right here. You have to find the connectors right there, and they're just connected like that there. That's how you wire between this and that there. So the idea of those little jumper cables, and we waited to do the lab till I got the jumper cables. Otherwise, trust me, this lab's a pain in the neck without these jumper cables. Right there. But I don't have a wiring diagram. That's part of your assignment, is to figure out how to wire this thing up. Right there. Just leave it on port 1. That's fine. There's no reason not to use port 1. Right there. So again, as you look at this, you can see here port 1, all the pins are brought out. Right here. Here's port 1.7, 1.6, 1.5. Right down here. 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.0. So here's all the pins for port 1 right there. Right there. So here's port 1.0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. Then you come over to the other side right here, and there's 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7. So there's the connections between that and the header right there. And remember that I showed here that the connectors for this right here are, the rows are 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the column is 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. So as you look at this, look at the code right here, row 1 goes to port 1.0. So this goes to port 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and then our columns will go 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7 right there. Right there. So that's from the top of this. And keep in mind, if you look at this here, you can see that these are across the connectors are on the top, not the bottom, because you can. That's the way you would read the switches right there. Right there. So you wire that up first, right there. And then your code. Let me bring the code up here. See, this shows where the connectors go, R1 through right there. Now your code, when I checked that this code does compile, what you want to do is you want to put the breakpoint right here when you run your code. That way you can see what the key is that's been pressed. Right there. Because this is going to return back the ASCII codes here. Now this returns back the ASCII codes, not the code that's been pressed. Now, so when you look at char, you want it to that there. As a matter of fact, what I'll do is when one of you's got it wired up, or while you're working, I'll wire one up for testing. I have not tested this, so so you're going to be doing this at there. I have run this program before. I haven't tested it with this board and this keypad yet. Hopefully, there's no catches. This looks fairly straightforward, but looks are deceiving. Right there. So this is the code. You put the breakpoint in there, and if everything works right, you press a key. It'll stop right here, and you can see what key's been pressed. But that's the whole purpose of this lab, right there. So you've got the code right here. The code should work. There's a big should. That there, and I've given you the wiring pattern right here between. That shows where it is on the there. And then this shows where it goes to on the right there. So that's everything you need to do to run this lab right there. So I didn't write this up. I was too busy looking at exams. I didn't really look at yours that much, but they're not that bad. Right there. Some people definitely ran out of time. Right there. So go ahead and wire this up, download the code, compile it, and then once it's done there, we'll start troubleshooting it. That's there. So while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and this I should have had wiring reading glasses for. This should go to 1.0. Now I can guarantee you that the biggest problem we're going to run into is counting over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks like it should be the 6th one over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 1.0. Next one goes to 1.1. Right there. there. And the next one. And yeah. Oh, you want to see the other one? There. I'm sorry, I'm trying to wire mine up at the same time. Oh. I went the wrong way. There's 1.4. Okay, now I'm going to go to the other side. Okay, I need to go back to the other one so I can see where to put the next one here. This goes to 1.5. Oh, jeez. Nothing like 1.5. Fortunately, they're all in a row once you get them going here. 1.5 is the third over from the top. Right there. And then 2 more. Okay. Okay. Oh. That was not right. I should start all over again. This should be 1.7. Right there. And I screwed mine up. I got to start all over again. Actually, the first time you do it, it's a hard one. After that, then you do it. And be careful, I just bent a pin. Okay, I think I got mine wired. I'm going to jump ahead and see whether or not this code compiles and runs, okay? But I'm going to try running the program, see if it works. Right there. You're not quite ready for that yet unless you got it all wired up. Let me see. I'm going to try it here and see what happens. But where's my box? There's my box. Out there. If I'm lucky, it works right the first time. Out there, and then I can show you what it should look like. All right. See? Okay. Well, saw one key pressed. Okay, it's not working. It is not working. It is not working, so that's not a promising thing here. I need to go back and look at the keypad here. R1. You know what? Okay, hold on a second. You know what? We forgot one. I forgot to do. This code leaves one thing out. That there. The code is missing one thing, and that is it doesn't enable the crossbar. We forgot a few things here because we stole. I stole code from somewhere else at there, and it's not code for the. We have to add a few lines of code here, right there. First thing we need to disable the watchdog timer. Because the watchdog timer is going to cause us problems. And then the other thing we need to do is enable the crossbar. Okay. And I'm going to press push. You got to hold the button a while because it runs a lot slower than. Right there. So it is stopping it. Right now I'm not pressing a button. As soon as I press a button, there. Now I'm not sure if it's not giving me the right values back, but it is seeing the key presses. So right now I'm going to press switch 1, and it gives me 7. I'm going to press switch 1 again. It still gives me 7. I'm going to press 2. It gives me 8. It tells me that I've got some rows mixed up here. Right there. That's going to be 9. That's going to be a slash. That's going to be a 4. Oh, you know what's different here? Okay, 4, 5. Okay, it's working. The code works. So let me point out that I added 3 lines to the code though. So the code that as you downloaded is missing 3 lines right there. I left those 3 lines off right there because I copied this code from a generic 8051, and so I have to disable the watchdog timer and enable the crossbar. So I have to add that to the code. Now what's wrong, and it's something I'm going to leave it to you to fix before you write your report, that there. So I can tell you right now that the wiring is okay and this code is okay if you add the 3 wires. What is wrong, and let me disconnect mine. I need the internet. Right there. And the reason I need the internet is that I stole this code from this website right here. All right. And I stole this code from this website. It's the same website I pointed to before. Right here. If I can get my internet to work. Okay. Right there. Their keypad looks like this right here. See, and this is rows ABC right here. This is rows 1, 2, 3. So their keypad is different than our keypad. So you need to change your code right here to reflect this keypad right here. Right there. So row 1, column 1 should return 1. You know, this is column. This is row 1. So this should return 1, 2, 3, 4. This one should return 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, A, B, C, D, E, F right there. Or, you know, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F right there in that order right there. Because these are labeled switches 1 through 16, so just return actually 0 through F is what you want to return. So if you change your code, if you go back and you change your code to it's an easy fix actually. I'll just go ahead and show you where you would change the code right here. This would be 0. Actually, you don't want this. Well, it's ASCII 0, so it's okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, A, B, oh, edit. Oh, what am I doing here? Oh, right there. Okay. C, D, E, F, right there. So now when I run the code, I download this. Oh. Right here. Now when I run the code, if I press, here I'm going to press switch S7. And why is it not working? Oh, that's running. Okay, it was working a few minutes ago. What did I break? Oh, I forgot to put the watch point in right there. right there. Here I press S6, I got a 5, which is what I would expect. It's going to be 1 off, so if I press F6, I should get a 7. Oh no, I press S9, 10. I'm looking above it, that there. I'm pressing that there. So as I'm going to press, in this particular case, S16, so I should get an F. Right there. And you got to hold it a few seconds. Sometimes it doesn't get the first time. There I pressed F8, I got a 7. So it is working right there. Right there. It looks like I got to press it twice. Right there. Yeah, I got to press it twice to get it to work. And that's because of the fact it's running in debug mode. So this does work. Right there. So it is working. I'm going to leave you guys working on it at this point. And as I said, I made that change right here in order to match our keypad. Right there. So it does work, and all the code is there except for and the 3 lines I added are right. If I can find them here. Right there. Those are the 3 lines I had to add. I'm going to stop the recording. There's no point in recording this beyond here.